happy Babe Ruth Day, all you beautiful radio listeners. Thank you for dropping in on our little happy hour. We appreciate you listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, here's a hand gesture just for you. You're welcome. If you're on the YouTube, feel free to hit us up on the chat. If you're listening on the radio through 105.1 FM, 1080 AM, or you're on 105.1thefan.com, Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app, or you just ask your smart speaker to get me some Monday motivation, use the fan text line. It's 503-2GO-FAN. That's 503-864-6326. Use it. Use the chat. Use a text to share your thoughts, ask questions, solicit advice, or answer me this, dear listeners. What was the best, what was the worst of your weekend? There was a lot going on this weekend, lowercase. What's your highlight? What's your low light?
My low light is Drew Aller.
Oh, Drew Aller. You didn't get excited for that big old draft pick?
No.
Yeah, 5-star prospect, went to a school where he's underutilized. Think of all the great Penn State quarterbacks that have dominated. You keep an in-state guy in his home, in the Keystone State. He can go down there and be part of the bedrock for the new Pittsburgh Steelers that are going to rise from the ashes of Mike Tomlin. You don't think Drew Aller is a guy to take this hard-working Rust Belt city, throw him on his back, and drag him back to the top of the mountain?
His name was Will Howard. Let that Drew guy go back to Cleveland where he wants to go.
You fell in love with Will Howard. How many? Remind me what his record is as a starter in the NFL.
0-0, same as Drew Aller.
Well, there you go. I don't know why you're so disappointed about it. There is a suspicion that I have that we'll reveal in case you missed it. It might have something to do with what's going on with the quarterback room. It's kind of weird. Why the love for Will Howard? This is what I need to know. I mean, the chances that Drew Aller ends up being as good as Will Howard are just as unlikely.
Did Drew Aller win a national championship?
Did Will Howard single-handedly win a national championship?
No.
Pretty sure that team was stacked.
No, but what's the most important position out on the field?
Well, in college football, you look at
it's always the quarterback. I don't want to hear an answer that's anything but quarterback.
Well, here's what I'd like to know: is last year they were coming off of the championship, yeah? In the last 2 years, how many first-round picks has Ohio State put into the NFL?
I think it was 5 this year alone.
Yes, and then the year before. Pretty sure the most important position on a college football roster is booster donations. So I will say that Ohio State does pretty well in that facet. Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
When multiple guys from your school in this draft, you know who the best football player might be in this whole thing, and you go 1, 2, 3 all from Ohio State, makes it less important to be a quarterback that goes out there and wins games. Will Howard's job was to not lose games. Yeah? Can we agree with that? And what did he do
to an extent?
What did he do against Oregon? He lost the game for him. And then what do? They go, stop trying to make plays. Just get out of your own way. And then the rest of the year, they were fine.
Seems like a good recipe.
So, yeah, well, I mean, and do we want to go through a list of all of the NCAA champions that went on to win Super Bowls? Because I don't know that list is extraordinarily long. Did Sam Darnold win a national championship? He's your most recent guy. Did Patrick Mahomes win any national championships? Did Tom Brady win any national championships? I'm asking.
As a backup, yes. I think Tom Brady did win a national championship.
As a backup.
Jalen Hurts.
Well, who was Will Howard's backup?
I think it was Julian Sayin as a
freshman.
freshman.
And you're going to tell me Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. Replay real quick for me how that national championship game went. What happened there?
Benched in the second half.
For who?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Who's been knocking on that Super Bowl door for how long?
Kenny Stabler, Joe Namath, Joe Montana, Devonta Smith. I'll stick on that one. Devonta Smith.
Devonta Smith. Give me a break. Okay, what's your highlight from the weekend? Your biggest disappointment is Drew Aller. We know how you feel about the Portland Trailblazers. That's been made very clear by all of this, so thank you for that. What was your highlight if Drew Aller is your low light?
Portland Timbers got the victory on the road. Their first road victory of the season.
So their second victory of the season overall.
Third.
Oh, hey.
3-5-1.
Hey-oh. Sorry. My bad. Winning on the road. Who'd they beat?
San Diego FC.
Oh, and we know how good they are.
They are pretty good.
Okay, well, there you go. Wow. Not if they lose to the Timbers. So, like everybody's better than the Timbers at this point, so any win is punching up?
They are just above Portland in the standings. Portland is at 12th in the standings. San Diego FC 11th.
For now. Here we're coming for you, San Diego Football Club. Watch out. Watch your back, you bunch of punks. All right, before I give you my highlights, lowlights, let's remind everybody that June 23rd. Do you know what June 23rd is, Casey Smith?
It's the Fan Golf Classic.
Presented by Toyota, that's correct, at Langdon Farms Golf Club. Foursomes are on sale now. Choose between the morning or do we have anything left in the afternoon round? Have you checked on this for me?
I've been looking, but I can't really tell.
Get going quickly because they will sell out fast. It's the most fun day in golf. Activations and tastings around the course. Of course, the infamous Angels Envy Bourbon Par 3 6th hole, where all of your hosts, Dirt and Sprague, Danny and Patrick, myself, Isaac and Suk, will be posted up to heckle and admire your shots. Head to 1051thefan.com and click on the Fan Golf Classic logo for information and to sign up today. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, is also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Mastro Dobel Tequila, Your Neighborhood Restaurant Group, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto Rooter, A Legal, Mezcal, and Window Nation. Blazers disappointing. Sometimes it's losing is disappointing. Sometimes it's the way you lose. When you get high double-digit leads in both games and then just flail down the stretch, it makes it that much tougher because it gives you that idea that, we have hope. 17-point halftime lead feels pretty good. Playing against a team that didn't have Wemby, which I will remind you, you beat them when they lost him mid-game. They had time to prepare for a team without him. This is not the, 2004 Cavs losing LeBron where it's Eric Snow and whoever else was even
Mo
on
Williams
that team.
And Zadrunas Ogalskis.
You have the idea. Wembanyama is part of a very good young team, and they've got some guys out there that can do something. It's disappointing. You only had a few opportunities to play without their star. Wemby's all upset about the concussion protocol. How dare you try to protect me from myself? Shut up. You got back in plenty of time. Your team won without you, for crying out loud. So you shut up. You giant, tall, well-educated, seem to be a really nice guy, obviously care about the game and not only your performance but the performance of those around you. You just shut up. Stop being like this, I care about competition. And I'm young, and I'm a freak, and I'm really good, and obviously I try hard. I don't want to hear
super likable.
Shut up, you jerk. But then he comes back, and you get another big lead. So I think part of it is the way we lose. The San Antonio Spurs were 20 games better than this Blazers roster during the regular season. This is a 7-2 matchup. These rarely go in favor of the 7 team. I don't know how often you've watched the NBA playoffs, but the Blazers were not expected to win, and they didn't. And did they look good doing it? No, but most of the time you don't. 7 blocks is an awful lot for Wemby coming back, and I get that he wreaks a lot of havoc on this Blazers team. Guess what? He does the same thing for the rest of the league. So as you watch the rest of the playoffs and see what these Spurs do, you don't have to criticize your own team to appreciate what you're seeing on the other side. Sometimes it's just that the Spurs are a better team. What evidence do I have of that? All of the things that have happened for this entire year. So is it a bummer? Absolutely it is. Mariners got a sweep. If they get another sweep, they have a chance to go and get themselves back to above 500 before the end of April. Feeling pretty good about that. The draft was a ton of fun. The weather was fantastic. You could be down in the dumps about the Blazers all you want. They won one game in the series. Going into it, we said one win would be great. And then inevitably what happens is you actually watch a series and you see the way it shakes out. The one win was when Wemby went down. Had a big lead when he was out. Oh, we should have won 2. Now you feel like you should be in the series because of the way it plays out. We were all pretty much right. If you could get a gentleman's sweep, hey, that means you get one victory against a very good team. Well, you got it, and now you want more. So maybe we just pump the brakes ever so slightly. You're upset with your team's draft, it sounds like.
I'm upset with one pick.
Just one pick out of, what, 8 or 9?
7.
Okay. Somehow the Seahawks went and got 7 picks out of this draft. Nobody on the defensive tackle position where it felt like that was one of their positions of need.
Yeah, you did. You drafted Devin Eastern, defensive tackle out of Minnesota.
Defensive end. No edge rushers. We did get the defensive tackle. You're correct. On the defensive line, but nobody on the edge where you felt like you needed a little depth to replace Bouamafe. That's the one thing you didn't get. Kyle Van Noy's still sitting out there. Jadeveon Clowney's still sitting there. Dexter Fowler, Cam Jordan, among others. So get ready for some free agency. What do you think of the Seahawks draft, young man? You're our big draft analyst on this show. How do you feel about it?
I thought they drafted very well. I really like the Bud Clark pick in the second round. But most likely, I love the Andre Fuller pick.
Okay.
The Andre Fuller pick is really big. Not only did Toledo just graduate a bunch of really good secondary players, do you remember who was the highest rated corner in football the last 2 years?
Oh, in college football?
In NFL football.
In NFL football? No, I do not.
It would be Quinyon Mitchell.
Okay.
Where was he drafted out of?
Toledo.
How
did I guess?
So the Eagles got a steal with Quinyon Mitchell late in the draft. This Toledo secondary,
all right.
Some dudes.
All right. See, now I'm feeling even better about it. So if you need to find a silver lining, you've come to the right show. We'll find it. Drew Aller, probably going to be the next, what do we say, Kenny Stabler?
Kenny Pickett?
That does feel more like it. Hey, let's make you feel a little bit better. Let's do some in case you missed it. In case you missed it, Mike Tomlin revealed that he resigned from the Steelers due to playoff struggles and the desire to give veterans new leadership. Looks like he's already got the media thing nailed. He killed the generic accountability speech, mastered the I'm excited for the challenge of TV lie, and successfully avoided the he'd rather pretend to care about what Jason Garrett has to say than actually care about what Aaron Rodgers does. I think just nailed it. You'll be excited about this, Mr. Drew Aller. Tomlin also predicted that Aaron Rodgers would not retire and will be back under center for Pittsburgh next season. Hey, come on, Mike. I know the playoff drought was rough, but the fans were mostly good to you. No need to say such mean things to the fans on your way out. That's just be nice.
I just saw that clip right before we started the show today.
Yeah.
My skin's crawling just thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. That's all the Fire Tomlin chants. He's just like, I got to get a dig. This'll make them quease for the next 3 months. That'll be great. In case you missed it, Heisman finalist Diego Pavia is officially headed to the Ravens rookie minicamp after going undrafted. Great. First the Steelers take the Aaron Rodgers bait. Now the Ravens have whatever this is. I hope the Bengals are up to date on their shots because that Browns fever where you obsessively sign QBs who are better at being a pain of the ass than winning football games is officially spreading through the division. It's not the AFC North rivalry anymore. It's a public health crisis, and it needs to be contained. Okay, I might be being too hard on Diego Pavia. The guy was a legitimate Heisman finalist. He threw for 3,500 yards, 29 touchdowns last year. He's a winner. And as for the immaturity people keep talking about, give the kid a break. He's only 32 years old. He's got plenty of time before his first goal.
No? He's not Carson Beck.
He's got plenty. He played for 17 years in college football. Hey, you know. Hey. He's got plenty of time to grow before his first colonoscopy. I'm saying he's not that old. Should be fine. In case you missed it, Rams coach Sean McVay hasn't ruled out bringing back Jimmy Garoppolo, even after taking Ty Simpson in the first round. What an offer. Jimmy Garoppolo talking about retiring to the handsome millionaires quarterback club, but instead he gets the offer to babysit Stetson and Ty until Stafford's sciatica flares up. Sounds less like a depth chart, more like a TLC show called Keeping Up with the Backups. It sounds... Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be just fine without football. He doesn't need to go and deal with all that garbage. Oh, cool. Here comes Puka Nacua. This is going to be an enlightening conversation. Ugh. In case you missed it, Nikola Jokic and Julius Randle got slapped with fines for their physical altercation against the during the Timberwolves and Nuggets game. Honestly, if you missed it, don't worry, you didn't miss much. It wasn't so much the malice at the palace as it was the unwritten rules review board hearing at the Target Center. It was just a sad, heavy-footed jog from Jokic to go whine at McDaniels about getting his ass kicked for 3 straight games. It was not much. Tough news, Timberwolves guard Dante DiVincenzo tore his Achilles over the weekend, making the 4th NBA star to go down in the playoffs while wearing number 0. He joins Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, and Tyrese Halliburton, all part of the Cursed Zero Club. Don't worry, the FBI is already monitoring Gilbert Arenas. I mean, not for the Achilles thing, but they figure, hey, while we're digging into the gambling and the guns and everything else that Agent Zero is up to, we might as throw sabotaging tendons on the list. It's not that difficult to look into it. Just a weird coincidence. I think double zeros are fine. Scoot, don't worry about it. You'll be okay. Plus, you're, not that important to your team. In case you missed it, LeBron James committed 8 turnovers in back-to-back playoff games for the first time in his legendary career. LeBron logged 10 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, and 8 turnovers. He shot just 2 of 9 in the Game 4 loss to the Rockets. LeBron took full accountability for his terrible 8 turnover performance in the Lakers' loss. Full accountability? Come on, Bron. That's not how a true pro would handle a bad game. No way. A real leader would pretend to be hurt, then hide out so no one knows where you are, especially your teammates. Take a page out of Durant's book, King James. You're 41. It's time you grew up. Handle it like a man. Do you think if LeBron hears this joke, he'll hit me with one of his burner accounts on social media? Do you think that's... KD disappearing might be the dumbest thing. And then people go, do you think Portland will trade for him in the offseason? He's not happy with the Rockets.
I hope not. He wants to retire in Seattle.
I don't wish that on Seattle either. Maybe he should just go away. Where's Kevin Durant? Nobody knows. That would be a great end to his career, wouldn't it?
Close. Again, send him to Seattle. Where's Kevin Durant?
Fair point.
Same difference.
Fair point. In case you missed it, former NBA point guard Rajon Rondo is reportedly a strong head coaching candidate for the New Orleans Pelicans. Even though Rondo is renowned for his basketball IQ, he played for and spent time on the coaching staff of Doc Rivers. This is still a big jump. I mean, imagine trying to fill the shoes of whoever that guy or gal, most likely a guy, right, that I assume was a hero and will move right into the Ring of Honor at Smoothie King Arena. Whoever that is, that's going to be a tough... Do you have any idea who he's replacing? I was trying to make a joke, and I was like, I couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
Big shoes to fill for in the Bayou for sure, but remember, Rondo played for the Pelicans during the greatest season in Pel's history. He led New Orleans to the greatest season the franchise has seen back in 2018, where as a 6 seed, they swept the 3 seed in the first round. Man, that must have been a great time to be a Pelicans fan. Less so for whoever the 3 seed was that lost to the 2018 Pels. But man, what a time to be a Pelican. The Rondo year. Not years, year must have been great. Are you checking to see who it was? I don't think you need to. Blazers fans probably remember. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just checking the box scores.
Oh, there you go. In case you missed it, free agent quarterback Russell Wilson made a guest appearance for the Savannah Bananas at Yankee Stadium yesterday. And the internet is already roasting him for his new physique. Come on, people. Taking a shot at a man's shape. A circle is one of the strongest shapes in nature. There's no reason to put... Everyone spent years screaming, let Russ cook. Now you're giving him a hard time and not let Russ eat, get any traction.
Looks like him and Raiola are on the same meal plan.
Listen, it's not a dad bod. That's a Super Bowl champion in hibernation bod. That's all that is. He's not out of shape. He's just Mr. Unlimited Calories. That's all he is. Oh, there we go. Thank you to our studio audience. At 2:30, we get to listen back to the dumbest things that I said from last week, and some of maybe possibly the dumb things that Casey refused to agree with me on. But we'll see. I'm not in charge of it. We'll see what we get. But right now we need to get to everything that else happened in sports. A little bit of Mariners baseball. We'll talk about those losses that happened here in Portland over the weekend. We'll take a look around baseball and more. It is the Daily Buzz. It is next on Happy Hour. This is 105.1 The Fan. Well, the Seattle Mariners got a much-needed sweep against one of those vaunted teams that all seem to be exactly the same in the National League Central. Everybody in the National League Central seems to be within a few games of one another. Does that mean they're good? Does that mean they're bad? I don't know, but the Seattle Mariners taking care of business in St. Louis was very nice to see. That puts your M's and mine within a game of 500, so now at 14-15 on the season. Big moment at the end of the series, a tie ball game. Rob Refsnyder goes in as a pinch hitter. Has not been off to a great start this year, but they brought him in specifically to hit against left-handed pitching, and after a successful ABS challenge that prevented the strikeout, next pitch, home run. What a way for the series to wrap up. It was really nice to watch a lot of day baseball over the weekend. I don't know if you caught any of that series or any other baseball, but just being able to see day baseball was awesome. You get a little concern about a benching for Josh Naylor, but it sounds like it's a very minor quad tightness. But that means you get to see more Connor Joe. Have you seen this guy?
I have not.
Ooh, picture Eugenio Suarez with a lumberjack beard. It's pretty nice to see. But yeah, good little win for your Seattle Mariners over the weekend.
The Buzz.
Things did not go as well for the Portland Trail Blazers. They allow the Spurs to erase a 19-point deficit to take a 3-1 series lead. Let's take a look at what else is going on in the association. Right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder have a 3-game lead over the Suns. That's the 8-1 matchup out in the Western Conference. They'll play again tonight at 6:30. There will be a Game 5 in the Lakers and Rockets series. That won't play until Wednesday. The Lakers have a 3-1 lead in that series. There'll be a Game 5 also in the Nuggets-Timberwolves series. Minnesota, after flailing in Game 1, has taken a 3-1 lead in that 6-3 matchup. But, of course, we will have a Game 5 back in San Antonio tomorrow night. Spurs with the lead 3-1 over the Blazers. Eastern Conference, did you expect your Orlando Magic to give your Detroit Pistons such a fight in this one, Mr. Smith?
No, I did not.
Ooh, the 8 seed with a 2-1 lead. They play tonight at 5. Game 5 will be on Wednesday between the Cavaliers and the Raptors. How about the Cavs get the 2-0 series lead and go back to Toronto thinking that they're just going to take care of business, get the sweep? Scotty Barnes. Man, he had some other ideas. And the funny thing is their team staff, the coaching staff, the front office, teammates, I heard that they think that this is 60% of what you will see of Scotty Barnes in his career. This is a defense-first guy that decided he was going to take things over on the offense. And not quite the little turnaround in that series. The Knicks and Hawks are tied 2-2. Cat comes back after the C.J. McCollum heroics for a couple games and evens up the series. And Boston takes a 3-1 lead in the 7-2 series. The 76ers got Joel Embiid back, 17-day absence after getting an appendectomy. Had a pretty nice game, but it wasn't anywhere close to keeping up with Peyton Pritchard. 32.
West Lynn's finest.
Let's go. So, a lot of fun going on in the NBA postseason right now. So, if you have not jumped in but with both feet to the entire playoff because you've just been concerned about the Blazers, there are a lot of good matchups going on. I asked for one good series in the first round from each conference. It's all you need. I don't need them all to be good, but you've got 2-2, 2-2, couple 3-1s where it is not the favorite. I'm okay with all of this. So far, so good. Yes, I'd like to see the Blazers win, but did I expect a team that is 20 games back of the team that they're playing to go out there and run roughshod over them? No, I did not. There's still a Game 5. That means you still got hope, but we'll wait to see what happens. I know it's a quick one, but the weekends we never have enough time to get to everything. So let's just walk over and see what the most important thing we missed was at the George McCoy at Warren Allen.
First on the Fan, if you haven't seen it over the weekend, I recommend going and checking out this video. Iowa wide receiver Caden Weegan
What do I know?
Was drafted by the Steelers while he was out on the golf course.
Yes, I like that.
A video came about, got posted up on Twitter of Weijin getting the phone call and then his entire group rushing over and watching the pick to be announced on a cell phone.
I am watching this, and I am 100% good with this. He's sitting there and waiting in agony. Where was he picked exactly?
He's the 7th rounder.
Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So yeah, why not go out there, live the life, dude? That's fantastic. And what a beautiful day. I don't know where they're playing golf.
Again,
yeah,
you're having the opposite of a Diego Pavia. Diego Pavia invites all of his family over, has all the hats lined up, and goes undrafted.
You know what? You know what? That's perfect for him too.
This guy's gonna go out there, just hit 18, and I'm getting a phone call. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I wonder if his score got better or worse after that. I feel like the cart girl made a very nice tip when she rolled by the next time.
Do you think his friends made him buy the round?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's he probably spent more than if he got a hole in one.
I bet that.
That's my guess.
And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of dirt and spray.
not looking at mock and not trying to guess. The edge is actually a very deep class in this year's draft. So you could probably get the same quality edge at 32, and you're not going to have that much drop-off if you pick up at 64.
And that's why I got edge rushers in the 3rd and the 4th.
Okay, 3rd, 4th. And so this is my question for you. If we're looking at running backs in this draft, the 2 names that I'm hearing overwhelmingly that are head and shoulders above everybody else are Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame and Jadarian Price, also from Notre Dame. The drop-off after those 2 guys apparently is pretty drastic. So this is my curiosity. Is you a professional mock drafter, because you are being paid right now and you're mock drafting? You're also taking the brunt of it because you're trying to pick the Seahawks against somebody that's very passionate about this. So take that. This is what it's like to be a professional. You have to stand up to scrutiny.
I'll wear my licks.
If there's only 2 backs, and I know that it's not a premium position, would you go running back at 32, or is that too high in your mind?
Still very high.
Well, take it away, Luke.
Oh, stop. Listen, sometimes you're right, and accidents happen. What do they say? A broken clock is right twice a day. I did find out it's not Jadarian Price. It's Jadarian Price. So I was very wrong in that, so I'm not going to take any flowers for correctly predicting what the Seahawks would do. Because here's the other thing about the draft is I'm a realist. We have no idea if this guy's going to be any good. The last time the Seahawks took a first-round running back, it was Rashad Penny. Where is he going to be placed in the Ring of Honor? Oh, not? Yeah, it's a very difficult thing to do. The other thing that's kind of wild about the draft pick is his draft grade looks almost identical as an overall number to Kenneth Walker III. Ken Walker was taken like with the 35th pick, so early pick in the 2nd round. So they're pretty close as far as where the number was, obviously 2 different rounds. But the funny thing is, the home run hitting ability was something that Ken Walker had, that top end speed. The vision, some of the fluidity in traffic seems to be the thing that Jadarian Price is favored for. But he also didn't have a ton of production because he was sitting behind Julian Love. So you have the first Jeremiah Love, sorry. The first time ever that you have 2 backs selected in the first round, back-to-back, as far as running backs go, from the same school. How's it going to work out? Guess what? Nobody knows. But I do like the pick because it felt like there was not a lot of free agents that were out there. There was not a lot of guys after Price that were going to go and have as much upside as he does. So I'm happy with the pick, but I'm not going to pretend that it's the end-all be-all. They won the draft because they picked the guy I thought they would. You, young man, lowercase, have been working on your mock draft for weeks, months, years. You've been watching these kids since middle school. You've been paying attention to the comings and goings on these NFL rosters. You might have the most thorough mock draft between the 2 of us. So it's going to be very exciting to see.
Well, just an update on my own mock draft.
Please. Thank you. Finally. How do we not start the show with this?
I've got 16 correct picks, correct player, correct team.
How many picks were there in this year's draft? Because there's all the compensatory picks. Instead of just 299. What's the number?
299 was the final.
Is that what it is? Okay, so 16 out of 299.
The positions.
Who are the guys you got right? It's only 16 of them. It won't take us that long to go through.
No.
You got the first
two rounds. I had a good day.
Well, it gets easy. It's easier the closer to the top of the draft you are.
I thought the opposite going into it.
Oh, yeah.
I got Fernando Mendoza, David Bailey.
Congratulations! I had Fernando Mendoza.
Spencer Fano to Cleveland, Vega Ione to the Ravens, Blake Miller, Caleb Lomu, Peter Woods, Caden McDonald, Denzel Boston, Cassius Howell, Lee Hunter, and D'Angelo Pons.
And that is the pick number and the team.
That is the pick number and the team.
Well, here's my question for all of the people listening. How have you not subscribed to Lowercase's newsletter, all the NFL draft insights? You can get the first copy of the 2027 draft 1.0 this weekend. We'll get it out to you. Subscribe now. Go to 1051thefan.com. Find the logo of Lowercase's face and the QR code. Scan it. Send him a big pile of money, and he will get you your very own insider information so you can be the smartest person when we get to next year's draft. Did I do it right?
If you want 12 out of 300, I'm your man.
I'm your guy. I loved how confident you were going into this because you had done it a handful of years. A few years ago, you stopped doing it, and this was like your first time back, and you're like, I know way more than I did back then. I'm going to kill this.
And I did a whole lot better than I did back then.
Did you compare that to any of the pros? Did you
Not
go
yet.
ahead and take a look? See, that's where
That's the one that I need to, because I don't want to say I copied, but me and Pete Schrager have very similar mock drafts.
So you're saying he copied you?
No.
Okay. All right.
The opposite, but
Well, tomorrow we got a bonus hour. So we will be on at 1 o'clock tomorrow and go through 3 o'clock. So I'm going to need to have your stats compared to the rest by tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Fair?
I don't know. You're questioning Mel Kiper Jr. Therefore, let's put you up against him and the Todd McShays and the whole thing. So we've got a bonus hour. It'll be a lot of draft tomorrow, a lot of preview for that.
well, we didn't have a bonus hour when
no.
you said it, but we do have a
I knew it
bonus
was on
hour
a
tomorrow.
Tuesday. I knew it was on a Tuesday. So, yeah, listen, it's probably better after the draft, so it'll work out. I had my Tuesdays mixed up. I was so excited about the bonus hour, so you're going to call me out on that. That's funny. Right after I teased it, you had that ready to go. We can tell that you're hung up on this draft. Is the last clip for play-by-playback going to be another draft clip? I have a feeling it will be.
It is not.
Okay, let's see what we got.
All jokes aside, Blazers in the postseason is awesome. Anybody that wants to trade this for a shot at a chance to pick DeBonsta at the top of the draft, get lost. This is way more fun. Let's go, Zers. I even put on my Blazers shirt for today. I'm very excited about this. Cannot wait to see what happens in the game because that's the fun of sports is if I knew what was going to happen, I wouldn't need to watch, right? Let's go.
Have our mentalities changed a little bit? Going out, I mean, now that we're kind of on the back end of, I'd say, the series, Blazers most likely probably not going to make it to the next round if Wembanyama continues to play the way he is.
Well, yeah, if Dylan Harper continues to play the way he is when Wemby was out. He had quite the little finish to that game in Game 3. So you're playing against a team that all year has been kind of getting ready for this moment. We didn't know the Blazers would be in the postseason until they made it through the Phoenix Suns and got their way out of the play-in tournament. I mean, there was, I think, more than half of the fans out there were picking the Suns to win that game. Who knows what they would have been favored like against the Warriors. I'm guessing the Warriors would have been the favorite had they played that game. So you don't know what your team is unless you test them against the best. And a single game here and there throughout the season. They played the Spurs 3 times, I think, during the regular season and didn't play Wemby once. So you can't figure out where you are unless you measure yourself against the best. That's what sport is about. It's going head-to-head with a team that is 20 games better than you, and you have to see if you can get your licks in. They've got a couple good runs during these games. They haven't been able to finish the last 2. They were able to win when a huge loss happened in the middle of the game for the Spurs. It's kind of where we thought they were. I said this earlier in the show. We're looking at where they're at right now, facing down a gentleman's sweep, and I don't know how different that is than a lot of people expected it to be. I think people were going sweep, or maybe they get one if something happens to Wemby. It's exactly what happened, but actually seeing how it plays out, knowing that they have the ability to go out and get hot for stretches, and it's funny to look at because everybody's like, oh, they're such a terrible three-point shooting team. Yeah, they are. Doesn't mean they can't go on stretches where they get hot. If those stretches last an entire game, or if those stretches are in the second half instead of the first half, who knows what these games end up being. But it's fun to see where they're at. They are missing several pieces. They are a inch deep and a mile wide. They've got too many guys that are going out there contributing some. They need to figure out how to bundle some of the potential that they have sitting on the bench that went 10 deep in the play-in game and ship him off for a superstar where you're only going to be 8 deep and you have some guys that you can rely on? Are those guys on that roster? Is Scoot primed to make a jump if he stays healthy? Is Dame going to come back and be 85, 90% of what he was when he was at his best here in Rose City? I don't know. But that's the fun of it, is seeing how Denny plays with Dame, plays with whoever, hopefully somebody that they can add through a trade or in free agency or whatever it ends up being. You need to go out and make some changes to this roster because it didn't work the way it is, which should be pretty obvious going into this. But I think there's still hope. I think there's still optimism for the future. There's a lot of pessimism. And I know people love to call out, what is it, Tommy Two Nickels and Discount Dundon and whatever you guys want to throw at it. We haven't seen him make a single move. I literally saw this weekend a Blazers fan go and blame Dundon for the Young Hansen pick. The one where 2 scouts or 2 front office guys got fined for interacting with him 3 years ago.
Suspended too.
Yes. So that was Tom Dundon. Before the Blazers were officially on sale, before they had decided who was going to buy the team, these guys were fined for something that happened years and years ago. And that, because the guy that is part of the investment group said that he loves selling jerseys in China, that's Tom Dundon. It's all getting lumped together. And their playoff performance is because of an owner that's been in control of the team for 2 weeks? Really? I mean, it's the overreaction. I know that we all love our team. It's very exciting that they're back in the postseason. But if you expected that they got in means they have a chance to win a championship this year, you're insane. And if you thought that Wemby was out so they could win the games while he was gone, which means they would win the series, you're insane. Like that, this is a really, really good. We've talked about this on this show. This is a very good Spurs team with or without Wemby. Wembanyama takes them to the next level, where this is a team that jumped, 30 wins this year from where they were last year, is playing in the postseason for the first time with the former Rookie of the Year, the first-time Defensive Player of the Year. They might have a chance to win a championship, and that is crazy to think about. If you take out the human elements and just look at the analytics and numbers, it's very rare the team goes out there and does that. So if they fall short, don't be like, we lost to a team that couldn't even go on and win the championship. They are testing the waters of what postseason basketball is like. Blazers not the most battle-hardened team for their first little test. Wait till they run into Oklahoma City or whoever comes out of the Timberwolves-Nuggets series, or LeBron James, maybe with a healthy Luka and possibly a mostly healthy Austin Reeves, and see what that looks like. It's a lot to watch.
Blazers fans finding out that the Blazers that, again, aren't as good as the Spurs, even without Wembanyama, it's just a good, litmus test.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And the way that the Spurs reacted when Wemby went out was, obviously a big advantage for the Blazers. Taking a beat, going, hey, we've still got some dudes on this team that can go out, putting together a game plan, getting a deficit and coming back from it, figuring out who the next guy up was. They accomplished that in Game 3, so hats off to you. I don't think it's a indictment of this Blazers team being terrible. They're a very mediocre team. They are literally a play-in team.
It's a 7 seed.
It's exactly. So they are what we thought they were. I've got some thoughts on the ABS system, and I kind of got here the long way. I'm influenced by a play in hockey over the weekend and cricket. That's our one more for the road. Cricket and hockey meets the baseball ABS challenge. My brain works in weird ways. We do it next. It's Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network. right, kids, if you missed anything from the show, use the podcast to catch up on it. It's at 1051thefan.com, odyssey.com, the Odyssey app, all the socials, and if you make it out to Northwest Portland, you will see our sign spinner, Casey Smith, out there offering free versions of the podcast. Mr. Smith, what are people saying that we need to respond to?
I got someone that said they were at the game yesterday and the first half was awesome, but then in the words of Shane Falco, the second half fell quicksand for the second half, fell right in front of my eyes.
Yeah, well, it happens. Basketball is one of those games where, what do they say, if you're within 10 with 2 minutes left, that's where you want to be. I mean, the game is inherently a game of runs. Now more than ever, with all the three-point shooting that we see in the NBA, a 10-point lead can be erased in the blink of an eye. A 20-point run is something you'll see 2 or 3 times a game, depending on who's playing. So I don't think any of that is surprising. Like, do you feel, how big does a lead have to be in the first half of a postseason NBA game for you to feel comfortable?
22.
22. I don't even know. I was going to say 25, maybe 30. But to feel like you've got the game locked up in the first half. Now, at halftime is different than at any point in the first half. So as the game goes on, you feel a little bit safer than that. But we've seen it in series, too, where you get a team that goes and wins by 20 points. The next game, they lose by 20. And you've seen coaches pull the parachute early and go, hey, I'm going to rest up my guys. We got another game tomorrow. You get another crack. Go, hey, we tried something. It didn't work this game. Let's just leave this game to them, and then we'll go back out there and try again tomorrow. And what you do is you put in your backups, let them go out and run the other team ragged. If they get it close, they have to put their starters back in. You know, it's a long-term play. And this is not a series that was supposed to be particularly close. So I can't wait for the ones that will end up being that way. So I'm good for it. Anything else?
Got this day in history.
Okay. Is this from Rufio?
Shout out Rufio.
Okay.
Beethoven composed for Elise.
He composed for Elise.
For Elise. That's the famous piano riff.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It's a good one.
Cool. Congratulations, Beethoven. It would have been cooler if it was for Elise. He's like, hey, I'll give you this composition for an apartment. That'd be great. I need a place to live. I'm a little down and out. Did they have heroin in Beethoven's day? I don't know if he was a junkie artist genius.
In 1810, I have no idea if there was heroin in 1810.
We'll see. What? You know so much about music, but nothing about heroin? You call yourself a musician. Unbelievable. Let's do one more. Okay, you're going to have to go with my brain a little bit on this. Did you happen to catch the game between the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks?
No, but I saw the box score.
Did you see the finish and the controversy at the finish?
No, I did not.
3-3 game. It's overtime. There is a spinning puck in the crease. Go ahead and pull up the pictures if you have a second there, lowercase. So what happens is the goalie's skate is on the ground sideways, and the aerial view from the crossbar is looking down at the puck that is right at the line, but it obscures where the puck would meet the line. The officials have to go and they have to look at it and decide, is it over, but they don't have any actual video evidence to call it one way or the other. They decide that it's a goal. Anaheim wins. They now have a 3-1 lead in it. The other thing that I saw over the weekend is those ABS challenges that are right on the line, 0.00001% of an inch, these fractions. Here's the other thing that I heard about. I dismissed it when I heard it weeks ago. So you know what they do in cricket for those calls that are right on the line? They've got something they call the umpire's call. This might be worth adopting in American sports, where it's 0.5% margins on either side of the line. They just go, we'll just take it for whatever the official is. So instead of trying to get those microscopic, let's see where it is, just go, whatever they called. It just makes it a little bit simpler, gives the officials some credit when it's too close to call with a quick eyes view. Just give it to them. Do what cricket does. That's what I say.
Similar with the NFL, keep it with the call on the field.
You got it. Thank you, Casey Smith. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Of course, thank you, Isaac Ropp. We're all done for now. Bye-bye.